You guys ready? Ship, ship, come on. Come on, ship, 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 come on. They're not going very far. They are definitely starting to graze. Look at the green. There are some wet spots, but it's too early for snails. So I'm not too worried about that. But they're ready to eat some green, and we need to take the pressure off of this. Ooh, we got some ravens. I'm looking for raven footage here. We got a little blue sky. Oh yeah, look at that. We got everything today. Ravens. See how they soar? Crows don't soar that much. Otherwise, they look the same in the sky, just big black birds. All right, less than a minute later. Not a single sound other than eating. They're not kidding around. They're not messing around. They're serious. No, easy with the foot, demanding little booger. I was trying to capture a raven, but by the time I get my camera out, they're gone. I just have to keep my camera on something interesting. Something interesting. Look at that nose. Look at that nose. You know, as a practice, I try very, very diligently to never complain about the weather. Man, it is cold. We had like blizzard conditions. It's April 7th. Yesterday, I moved the sheep onto some fresh grass. So now they have to dig through the snow. I still have hay for them, but I was kind of hoping we'd turn the corner. But we did. We turned the corner back to some winter. I mean, geez. Check this out. And at the moment, it's not blizzarding, but just literally 2 minutes ago, it was just thick. It was thick in the sky. Blah. Positive. Gotta stay positive. Why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine? Why is this temporary? Why is this temporary? Oh my God. I just want warm weather. I want some warm weather. Please, universe, send some warm weather. Positive. Gotta stay positive. It's all good. This is temporary. We'll get through this. Cowabunga Shazam. Yeah, April 7th. Number 12 just got friendly. Hi, number 12. There's a moment in a sheep's life when they're like, you know, I like it when that guy rubs me behind the ears. What a day. What a freak weather storm. Jeez. God. Yeah, kind of done with this. But, hi, buddy. It's one of Corey's boys. I think he's been fixed, so he's a weather. And the weather girl. There's a good splotchy. She's so photogenic. Yeah. Yeah. Did you see the animals complaining? I mean, they were complaining that they wanted apples, but they're not complaining about the weather. It's a good girl. What are you thinking about? There will be grass. There will be more and more grass. And it'll start growing so fast we won't be able to keep up with it. And then we'll be complaining about how hot it is and how much we have to mow. Hi, honey. How are you? How are you? Yeah. You want a little rub? I'm kind of rubbing splotchy with the camera. Yeah. I really like sheep. I like sheep. And I like Maremma livestock guardian dogs. Look at that. Yeah. That's Pikey. Alright, I'm putting the camera away. It's too cold. The first week, they wouldn't come this close at all. There's plenty of peanuts, by the way.
Okay. Is it like their love of peanuts trumps their hate of us? Or is it that like they're just becoming more social?
They're becoming more used to us. We haven't hurt them, you know. We're not moving quickly. And yeah, I mean, one of them yesterday came right up to me and fist bumped me. That's one of the things I like about pigs is they'll give it a little fist bump with their schnoz.
One thing I've learned about pigs is they start off skittish and then they get a little too comfortable with you.
Yes, and then you have to smack them. They do understand brute force. Like
They really do.
They push each other around, you know. They don't know. And they can be dangerous, but
yeah, like the pigs at the farm I've worked at before, once they're big enough and accustomed to my presence, they charge for food. Like if they see you with the buckets, they know the sounds, they know you.
Yeah, well, the sheep are like that.
They know you have food. They just come running, and it's like these. How much was it? Would a full-grown pig weigh?
Like their mom, 700 pounds.
Yeah, so like I've like been
like
chased
a small
by
car.
a herd of pigs with like buckets in my hand, and it's quite a daunting experience.
Yeah, you have to I will use the peanuts or apples as a distraction.
Yeah.
And
I'll throw
at a certain
some
point,
in a diversion.
Or you fill up.
Get used to that, and then they don't fall for the diversion.
Right. Or you fill up smaller bowls and then toss them over the fence.
Yeah.
There's a northern harrier right here. Where did it go? There it is. Turkey vultures or black vultures? That's what I want to know. If you're black vultures, I'm very concerned. Or are you ravens? I don't think they're ravens. I think they might be turkey vultures or black vultures. They are black vultures, which is a serious concern. They are not turkey vultures. Total blackhead. Not ravens. Smaller than turkey vultures, but they will actually take live animals. That's a concern. She's pretending to have a hurt wing. Guys, don't lay your eggs in this gravel. Like, this is not the place. I'm a big fan of the killdeer, but come on. Excuse me. She's pretending to be hurt. Trying to draw us away from their eggs. But I think it's too early. This is where they lay their eggs. They'll lay their eggs in gravel, but this is not a good spot. We come back and forth. Is that an egg? No, that's a rock. Oh, right here. Look at this. Look at this. We have killdeer eggs right here in the gravel. Shit. All right, we'll give them some space. A dumb place to lay your eggs, lady. Look at that. So, while I had the fence off, some sheep basically just forced their way through the uncharged fence and escaped. And so I basically let them all out. So I think the plan is to leave them out here overnight. And the area I was gonna move them to, I basically closed off. So if they nail all this out here, then I'll have at least one other area I can lead them into when this is kind of done. But this is good grass here, and I do have the apples. And this is kind of nice, actually. Dude, go away. Go away. Go eat some grass. Go eat some clover. So there's a lot of clover in here, as you can see. Clover. Got a couple of different kinds. So I was actually thinking of doing this at some point. So here's my main concern with the sheep and the dogs being loose, is that when somebody opens the gate who's not me, you know, there's a certain amount of time when the gate is wide open when a vehicle is going through it. And that's when the dogs could leave. And that terrifies me. I just have to be honest about that. So I'm going to try to contain the sheep. I'm going to try to lead them with a bucket. And if that does not work, I will figure something else out to make kind of essentially an airlock here at the gate. So we'll see. Here we go. So now that they're well fed and not hungry for the grass, they are willing to follow me. Sheep! The question is, can I get them all to follow me to get them into the spot that I set up? And unfortunately, the gate is live, or the fence is live. Let's see if I can work around these puddles. They don't like puddles. Sheep! Come on! Come on! Alright, so I got all the sheep back as far as I know. I'll check to see if there are any stragglers. But the benefit of what happened last night is this area that I was going to move them into today, and they rushed out and were hanging out in all the other parts, is that they haven't been eating in here. So there's still some nice grass here now that they're contained. And I'm gonna turn this fence back on. Now that they're contained, we can, the rest of the grass will get another bit of a jump. And I don't know if the killdeer basically decided to, oh, she's still here. All right, yeah, she's sitting on her nest. See if I can zoom in on that. All right, so, did you see her? She's right in the center there. She's got a couple of eggs that look just like rocks. So now the sheep are in, I'm less worried about her. And so let me go bring my truck through the entrance now and do all the other stuff that I'm gonna do. All right, well, we made it to Saturday, the 11th of April already. And I moved the sheep to their first fresh grass on Monday, and then yesterday they'd eaten so much of it that they literally broke out. They broke out and were out here. And I let them all out, and they actually cleaned up along this road quite nicely. You can kind of see behind me, this whole area behind me was very green yesterday, but they cleaned it up. And I figured if they had a pretty full belly this morning, I could lead them into the spot that I had prepared for them yesterday, but hadn't had a chance to let them into. So they have grass for maybe another day in here, but everywhere they're not, the grass is growing. So the idea of keeping them somewhat contained is very valid, although there's a point to be made. If you gave them the whole place at this time of year, they would miss a lot of the grass because there's so few of them in such a large area that it would be fine. My only concern is if a solar tech comes and tries to get into the gate and the dogs are out with the sheep loose, the dogs could leave while he's driving through, or if he doesn't close the gate right away or something. So that freaks me out, and so I want the dogs contained with the sheep, and I want to be able to control where they go. So that's really the story of this week. We have a little killdeer nest, and she did her little broken wing thing, so I'll show that to you. The pigs are growing rapidly. We have some black vultures that are observing them very closely, so I'm a little concerned about the black vultures, because unlike turkey vultures, the black vultures will actually take live animals if they can get them. So I'm about to go over there next, so we'll see what the situation is over there. And the neighbor next to the pigs came over and said that he heard them screaming at 9 o'clock at night. So he was concerned that maybe something had tried to eat them. So we have predators, we have coyotes, we have all kinds of stuff. And so we're learning what we can get away with and what we can't. We made it through the week. It was a good week, and ready to go. Getting ready for the grass, man. The grass is growing. We did have a blizzard on Tuesday, but we had some warm weather on Monday, and we've had some, kind of 40s and very windy, as you can probably tell. Hopefully it's not too windy, but yeah, that's the report from Healing Pastures, the farm church. And as you can see behind me, church is in session. The congregation is doing their job. Just so you get a glimpse of, all right, so they've been here for 2 hours, all right, and they've already nailed a lot of it. And they were here, I brought them in here on Monday, and they escaped yesterday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, So they had 4 days over here, which was too long. My bad. I needed to move them sooner. And I had the place ready. I just was trying to give the grass a little more time. And I had them connected to where the hay was over there, but they were not interested in the hay. That was my, you know, they are not interested in hay at this point, this time of year. And this is tricky because we don't want to set the grass back too much. But in here, this has just gotten a nice dose of fertilizer, and we will leave it probably in a week or two. It'll be available again if I don't have someplace else to move them. And and the spot where they were way over there, that is going to recover nicely. So, but the other nice thing is maybe we won't have to mow quite as soon here in the summer. time since I've had my heart on the ground. It's been a long time since I've had my heart on the ground.
What do you think these piglets weigh?
Right now, like this guy, he's probably 20 pounds. That's a guess. Ooh, found the bread. But look at how close he is to my feet.
Yeah.
And they will nibble on your feet. And it's not harmful at this age, but when they're bigger, you have to be discouraged a little.
The pigs that like charge for food and just have swarmed around me before. One like giant adult pig just grazed my foot and almost like fully stepped on my foot, and I got very lucky that day.
Yeah.
Fully stepped on.
Yeah. You know, and the other thing with sheep, you have to be careful of rams because they will start, particularly in the fall, they'll start butting everything.